All right, and welcome back to AdobeLive.com. We are live in New York City from the 99U conference. And our next guest, Mike Perry from Mike Perry Studio, will be spending the next hour with us talking about his work and also reviewing a couple of portfolios that have been submitted in the past few weeks that we're going to be looking at and hopefully giving constructive criticism about them. All right?
Sure.
So quickly about the 99U conference. The 99U conference is a conference that is, which goal is actually to enable creativity, to help people overcome their creative blocks and be inspired generally. So it's actually the 9th time that this conference is happening, and it used to be a Behance conference, but then of course Adobe acquired Behance, and therefore it became an Adobe conference. So 99U, and we're going to be live from 99U today and tomorrow. So make sure to follow AdobeLive.com.
I just spoke, and
that's right.
It was amazing. I just got up there and opened my mouth, and all these words came out. Oh, so fun.
And people were listening.
People were listening. There were no phones. Oh, that's not true. There were lots of phones, but people were listening.
Phones ringing?
No, like just like.
Yes.
It's like you're watching the thing via the other thing.
Like this won't be available at a later stage.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, you got to capture it now, but it's also being captured by everybody.
Yeah.
But it's cool.
See, this is one thing that I told myself never to do, is like to take pictures and movies of concerts and things. Like, just enjoy it.
Just feel it.
Sit back and enjoy the show. So
are you guys feeling it?
Nobody here in the chat take their phones and try to record this, because all of this will be available on AdobeLive.com and on, of course, the Creative Cloud YouTube channel right after it's done.
Boom,
so
there it is.
Yeah, don't lose time, don't lose energy going. And the worst thing is people with their iPads.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Oh, well.
I hope that looked good.
Yeah. Hey guys, so a quick round in the chat. Just let us know where you guys are from. I know it typically it's from all over the world.
Yeah.
Also depending a little bit on the time zones, of course. But Evil Cerise here is our top moderator. He's in the chat always. Yes, and he's helping us out here. Oh, and he says the beards are magnificent, Mike and Rufus. Yes, I had mine grow a little bit more because I knew I was going to be sitting next to Mike, and I still have a lot to do.
It just takes time.
Yeah,
you got this.
I've got the white stuff as well.
Yeah.
You don't yet.
Not yet. It's working. It's working its way in there, slow and sure.
All right. Mike, tell us a little bit about you, and how did you get started? When did you understand this is what you wanted to do?
Well, I was born, and then
first step.
First step. First
step.
I mean, it's sometimes you don't survive that, so it's like it's amazing to be alive. And so I was born, and then I really just spent my childhood playing and being a kid, and discovered that I was interested in drawing, like a lot of young children do, and I just instantly fell in love. It became like my favorite way of spending my time. I was a typical nerdy loner kid who loved a sketchbook. I still carry a sketchbook everywhere I go. I got mine on my body right here.
Okay.
Yeah, here it is.
Wow.
I actually sewed a little pocket into my coat just so I can have my book around me with me all the time. Okay. It's like a security blanket, if you will.
So how many books have you gone through? Do you keep them?
Yeah, they're like my prized possessions.
Okay.
They've captured my life.
Mm-hmm.
They're the document of my daily practice. So I spent a lot of time just drawing on paper and getting into it. And then when I was 14, I discovered painting, oil painting, and I loved oil painting. I just was completely in love with it. I think it was probably my first real introduction to color. I used colored pencils and charcoal or pastels and stuff when I was a kid, but once I discovered the richness of oil paint, I just was color became my obsession. And then I painted a bunch and went to art school. I went to art school in Minnesota at the Minneapolis College of Art and Design. It was super chill. I learned a lot. I hustled a lot. I started as a painter, and I graduated with a degree in graphic design, which is a typical, art school, open your mind, all of a sudden you see new things.
Just do graphic design just to be safe.
Well, it wasn't even that. I mean, I won't lie. I felt very fortunate. The opportunities that I had in my design program were facilitated by really progressive teachers, faculty that believed in design as a communication tool and not about like getting a job and like designing this and designing that. It's like, what do you want to say? How do you want to say it? And I spent the first couple of years of my design practice, of my design education, like basically trying to pretend like I couldn't draw. I was like, it was almost like it didn't feel right. But then one day I was like, I can draw. I like graphic design. What happens if they start working together? And so the work started to like kind of form itself because I would use the knowledge and kind of the power of design. Design is like, how do you solve crazy problems? How do you take something from the beginning through to the end? How do you communicate that to a stranger? All of these really important kind of fundamentals of design were now sinking into my like personal art practice. And when I got out of school, I was super lucky. I got a job at Urban Outfitters in Philadelphia as a senior designer, and I worked my way up and like.
You didn't go through junior?
No, I was
senior.
I was
right away.
There were only 2 employees. It was me and the art director.
All right.
So I was like the default senior designer. It was amazing. And they were like, well, there's only the hierarchy's there. It's like you can't have a junior and then the top. There's only 2 of us. So boom. Okay. So and I took advantage. I took advantage of that.
Career.
Absolutely, definitely. Yeah, I definitely, sometimes I'll lie and be like, oh yeah, I was the art director, but it was, it's just a lie. But I had a really brilliant boss there, and he was really supportive. And I actually saw him last night. Came out to my opening that I have at the Ace Hotel right now.
Right, that's this one, all the colors at once.
All of the colors at once. And I worked at Urban for a couple years, and really while I was there, I just took the opportunity to learn anything I could and any opportunity I could. So I was hired in the web division, per most people of this period of time. And I was like, this is great, but I really want to do catalogs. I want to do print things. And so I just kind of pushed my way into that world and started to draw type for them and started to do like bag designs and t-shirt designs and all, just all this stuff. And it was really an opportunity for me to learn about production, learn about how large businesses work. And
that's the one thing they don't teach you at school,
definitely
right?
not. Yeah, and just to be in these boardrooms, in these conversations that are conversations about defining culture. Like these are, Urban, for all of its, problems that people have with it, is a culture-defining visual brand. They take risks, they put things out there, and so it would be really interesting to be in these conversations in these rooms and I was 22, and I'm like talking to the CEO, and I'm like, this is great, and I was like, I need to take full advantage of this. This is amazing. So after I got done talking up and being like the brash child that I was like, I'm just gonna listen and sit back, and I would go to these meetings and just listen to everyone talk, and I was like, this is incredible. Because 1, I was like, I don't necessarily agree with everything, but 2, I was like, there's some really interesting process and thought being put into this stuff that you don't even think about, because the user is on the outside, not knowing the details of what's going on.
Yeah.
Then I left Urban, moved to New York for a girl, and been married to her for a number of years. I can't remember. No, it's all good.
Yeah,
it's all good. We've come to terms with that. Dates, and information like that is neither of our specialties. We both are like, oh, was that our anniversary last month? Maybe, I don't know. But when I moved here, I worked at a little studio for a month, and while I was in that studio for the month, I had just I had spent a lot of time while I was at Urban trying to do freelance and just get more work, and then when I got this job and I moved to New York, honestly, the phone started ringing, and that was 11 years ago.
So about your sketching, do you sketch well, or is it very rough?
I mean, I think I make great drawings.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can
I see?
Yeah, sure.
Maybe. Hey, can we have a zoom in, on the?
Let's see. What do we want to do? What do we want to show?
Oh, wow.
That's a fun drawing.
No, you can't. Okay. All right. So yeah. Oh, that's good. All right. Awesome.
I don't know. Does that work?
Yeah, that works. That works fine.
Yeah. It's just sitting around. But what I've been really into now is actually doing the drawings that coordinate between the thinness of the paper.
Oh.
So so you get a little bleed you get a little bleed on this side.
Yeah, and it
then-
becomes a
and
new
then- and
drawing
it becomes
on the
a new
other
drawing
side.
on the other side. So,
Wow.
yeah, and then what else I got in here? Let's see here. Been trying to do some grayscale things, just for fun, you know. I don't know, some subway drawings. I did not have the woman from the subway. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, like sketchbooks is like it's like so important. And those of you who don't sketch, I mean, I really invite you guys to, you know, even if you think that your sketches don't look good, it's still, you know, like putting your memories.
The best part about a sketchbook is that it's private.
Yeah, yeah.
No one needs to see that. If you make a really
Or did I invade your privacy?
No, I don't care.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't. Honestly, I wouldn't have showed you if I didn't feel comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's
all right,
like
yeah.
I think it's an important thing that like your sketchbook can function as like as a private space for you to work out like your ideas, your fantasies, your daydreams, all that stuff. It's just and it's there, and it's just like you don't have to show it to anybody. So if you make the worst drawing in the world, it doesn't matter.
All right. Oh, Chris from Chris Guyot. Yeah, he was a first guest today. Love your stuff, Mike.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah. All right, Mike. Why don't we look at some of your projects and
Let's do it.
go through them and like talk a little bit about the process and maybe the what.
What do we want to look at?
I don't know.
Let's look at. Let's see what's in here. Oh, let's see what's in here. I like this project.
This is a roof project.
It's a mural on the roof of a building in Greenpoint.
Is it still called a mural?
If it's on the ground? If it's I mean, I call it a mural. Does mural mean wall?
Yes.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Good to know.
Interesting. How would you guys call a mural on a roof? So it comes from mural, French word, mural.
I'm not a language person. I can barely use my own language.
Anyway, let's check this out.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I don't know. It's it's fun. It's like I just got to hang out on a roof and paint flowers for a week, which felt very spiritual, to be honest. What else is here?
So did you get like shots from above too?
Oh yeah, there's some GoPro shots.
Oh, okay.
Definitely. Yeah. Let's see here. I painted this mural in Genk, Belgium last year. It's a peace sign, a little bit about immigration, about humanity, all that stuff. I don't know.
Well, Evil Cerise just says a mural is any piece of artwork painted or applied directly on a wall, ceiling, or permanent surface.
Thanks
it's a
for,
mural.
Thanks for Googling that.
Yeah, thank you, Evil
Or hopefully
Cerise,
that's just in your brain knowledge. Let's see.
It's a mural, even if it's on a roof.
Hallelujah. I like this drawing. Oh, there it is. I like this drawing. This is what happens when you get a pie smashed in your face, if you're not careful. All right, I'm gonna jump in here.
Yeah. So do you do the animations? Do you control that, or is it something that you outsource?
No, I mean I do as much animation as I can do, but I'm ultimately not an animator. So I'm really fortunate to work with some really incredibly talented animators that are just able to. I mean, it's like I can go like this, I can do this, but then someone to go like this and do all this is like. It's a special talent, and I'm so grateful for people that are willing to do this. I mean, one of the things I was thinking about animation is that it's just an insane amount of work, and I'm just so grateful for humans that are willing to just anyone who's willing to spend like 15 hours like staring at one thing and making like the smallest minutia move is a special person to me. Yeah. Anyways, what do we got here? I like this painting. This is a painting, the backside of another painting with another canvas on the inside. There's some resin in the back there, resin on the sides.
You still do oil painting?
I don't do any oil now because it just doesn't dry fast enough. I'm too impatient.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to a day in my life where I can stand in the fields and just get my impressionism on, just lay the paint down. But right now, I've actually used a lot of house paint. One of the studio's philosophies is we're really into recycling, like not just putting paper into the recycling bin, but like using all of the materials that we have to solve new problems. So like an old, like we did a huge mural a couple years ago where we bought like 300 gallons of paint, and it's like we didn't use all that. So I've actually been using that color palette and that paint for the last couple of years because it's got to get used. It's like I don't want it to go bad, and so it's been fun. So it oftentimes sets its own limitations, right? So it's like I don't have this specific color blue that I want, so I'll just have to like either make do or try to mix it myself, like the old-fashioned days. Before you could buy literally every color on the planet. What else is here? I like this. I had a show. Oh, that didn't work. A show. And these are some of the paintings I've been doing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So a little bit psychedelic, a little bit painterly. I love when the paint, you can see the paint on the surface. Like I know there's a pretty popular trend of paintings that look like Photoshop or like look like stencils or screen prints. I just like, to me, I'm like, I love it when you can feel the paint, you can see the paint, like you can see the process, the layers, and the time that it took to go into making the work. And yeah, anyways.
Andre is asking, do you ever draw on the iPad or like electronic surfaces?
I have a Cintiq that I use, but it's cool. Yeah, it's fast.
Yeah,
so much faster. So much Command Z that you can't do in your book. But I will tell you, I oftentimes give myself really, really complicated drawings to do on paper, just almost as a reminder that I can do it, because you do get so used to being able to delete, erase things, and then it's like, so to do a drawing, I can show you, I did this drawing. This guy. This is
super complex.
This was a drawing like on a paper.
Oops.
How does my website work? I don't spend a lot of time clicking on my own stuff. Should know. There we go.
There we go.
So I colored it in Photoshop because how else do you make color look like that? But but I did the drawing on paper, and like I said, it was just a test. It's like I don't have to do this on paper, but I need to remind myself that if I need to, I can. And it's those little things in the process that I actually take a lot of appreciation in, like finding the right tools and finding the right challenges personal challenges that I put into the work that no one knows about, just myself, like those little goals. Yeah.
So one question, since we're talking about color, like this is a question that comes up very frequently: is how do you choose your colors? Is this very, like, do you choose your palette ahead of time? Like, these are the colors I'm going to be working with in that illustration, or does it come like naturally, or like more, let's say?
I think, it really just depends on the situation. I mean, I like to not feel bound by the limitation of color. It's like, I'll just use as many as I want or reduce it. But like any trained designer, I think like you gotta love some two-color process stuff, or like anytime where you have to try to make a colorfully rich image with a very limited palette. I like love those challenges. Getting into overlays. I mean, actually, let me show you this. This was a two-color. This is a two-color job, two-color print, and so basically the whole design around the production of the drawing is to how to do it so that the black line or the dark line of the drawing is created by the two colors laying on top of each other. And this is something that could easily have just been a CMYK image where you just kind of you design it so that it looks like this, but to me it's like I love the fact that it's a printed piece where there's actual ink coming together to make the colors in real life.
Wow. Yeah, and then like typically, I mean, you would do that like two colors, okay?
Yeah.
But then you would maybe fine tune them at a later stage. But I love the way that you chose the two colors and like overlaid them to get the black lines. That's awesome.
Thanks. It's the little things.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
They're talking about iPads and how after drawing on the iPad so long, they try to zoom in on a piece of paper and things like that.
Yeah.
Like I said, always whatever feels more comfortable.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, what else is on here? I like making books. I don't know.
Oh, books like this one, for example.
Yeah, this is a book I did for Blurb. They reached out and they were like, we want you to publish a book of yours, kind of do whatever you want. And I actually did a first version that got cut because it had too many penises in it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, that's the.
You know, that's okay. It's it's fine. So, anyways, this is the more straightforward, less inappropriate version of the book. Yeah.
I love these simple animations as well, like just simple shapes.
Yeah. Just color
Just
and
happening.
Yeah, simplicity.
Is this in a chronological order, or is it just random?
No, it's pretty random. I haven't updated for probably a year or so too. So it's fun to look at this. I should pay attention to this more.
I like that. Be bad until you're good, and good until you're great.
Yeah, this is a fun animation exploration. So like this kind of stuff, I animate this. This is like just all about spending time, just doing the layers, having fun, exploring.
So you do that in Photoshop?
Yep, in Photoshop.
Okay,
yeah. Yeah. Good old animation in Photoshop saved my life.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I just didn't have to learn any other program.
Yeah, right? I mean, many people, like use Photoshop because, they don't have time or the patience to learn, After Effects or Premiere.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, this one is super.
Oh yeah, so that's a drawing for a new building in Brooklyn, Pacific Park, Brooklyn. So they basically just asked me to do like a eagle eye view of the city. So that was fun.
Yeah, that's
it's very
intricate.
detailed. It's very detailed. I drew it at like this scale. So so you're like it's pretty detailed.
Just doing the planking.
Yeah, I love planking.
I love these as well.
Yeah, thanks.
That's the animation.
Yeah. I love some paper mache.
So, do you do all these things in your studio? Is
Yeah.
your studio a very messy place, or
No, it's super clean.
super clean?
I just, you need all the stuff to make the work, right? And so I'm just really into like making sure everything's organized, making sure that I sweep every morning. I love sweeping. It's like my favorite thing to do. Come in and I just get the broom out and I just sweep my my area.
Okay.
And then that way I'm like start the day like super fresh,
All right.
Yeah. These are just
And this Ghent painting, did you do that in Ghent, or did you do it here and then
no,
ship
we
it over?
did it. We did it there in Genk at this amazing museum that I can't remember what it's called. Yeah. So these are just some studio shots. This is like the corner before we shipped the show. This is my dog Bass. She hangs out a lot. But we do a lot of experimentation and kind of tests, and actually, so we've actually built a model of the space before we built it out. So I've been in the space for a bunch of years, and then my number one in command, Jay Bell, he trained as an architect, and so when we were like trying to figure out what to do with the space, he was like, "Yo, I'll just build a model and we'll try to figure it out." And so what we found is that like now he's been just shooting stop motion like pieces in the studio. And actually we had a big project for Herman Miller last year, and we were like, "Oh, let's clear out a wall, paint a grid on the wall, and then shoot everything." And Jay was like, "Why don't we just print the grid out?" So you can see it in this thing. Print the grid out, and we'll shoot it as a miniature in the model of the studio, so we don't have to move all the shit. Anyways.
So you told them about the grid that you see in your mind.
Yeah. He already knows about it. We spent 6 years together. It's like you know, you guys get to know each other. So there's there's some mess going on, but we do a model. So this is a model for the show we had a show I had at Garrison Hahn on Bowery last year, and it's like these are like analog ways of experiencing things. Like there is like the logic that's like, okay, I could build this in 3D, or I could do an Illustrator, a CAD version of the space to try to map it out. But it's so much more fun to have a model, and like we cut all the paintings out in little scale, and then it's all 1-inch scale, and then you hang the show before you even go to the show. One of my goals in life is to be able to hang an art show in 1 hour. We did it. We have it at the show at the Ace. We hung it in 30 minutes.
Wow. So you...
Yeah. It's a really easy show. It's not like it was like a bunch of screws on the... It's like boom, boom. But, like a pretty complex, where you're trying to get everything, evenly dispersed and level and all that stuff. This show took like 3 hours. So, it's like 50 paintings, so it's a little bit more complicated. But I want to get dialed into that. That's one of my goals. Let's see here. There's a good. This is actually before we built a wall. So we built a wall back here.
I'm just going to show here.
Yeah, we'll put a wall back here in 2012, I think. So it doesn't look exactly like this, but you can see the wall. There's the wall. There's the wall. So this wall was built, and that's my office back there. I don't know. I didn't know that I love having doors. Doors are the best.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, I'm gonna close my doors and I have some time, and I'm gonna open the doors and I'm come out and get some alone time in there. Yeah, so we just it's all about materials. Let's make something with yarn. Let's CNC something. This is CNC with a screen print on the back. And there's actually LED lights inside of them.
Oh, wow.
This is a porcelain vase that we work with a ceramic product company in Ghent, Belgium, not Genk.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I got that wrong.
You got it wrong.
Yeah, I got it wrong. So what's Genk?
Genk is on the eastern side. You fly into, I think I flew into Antwerp. I can't remember. But it's versus Ghent, which is 45 minutes from Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just the other side of the country. Yeah. I mean, this is this is I wanted to do some ink experiments and see what happened, and so I just squeezed the ink on there, and then you fold the paper like you do when you're a kid. You get some crazy thing, but ultimately I was the photo of the thing is better than the piece of paper.
Do you have any pictures of of your show here at 99U, the one at the Ace?
No, I don't.
No, okay. It's just the
it looks a little bit like this. It looks a little bit like this though.
Okay.
It's all risograph prints. So I bought a risograph printer. Are you familiar with those?
Yeah.
I bought one in 2012 or something. And it's just been so great for my process, just for experimentation. So the show at the Ace is accumulation of prints that have been kind of slowly building layers over the last 5 years. And so again, the reasons why it's called All the Colors at Once is because I'm just using literally all the colors that I have on top of each other in the hopes that it serendipitously makes new complex images. So it's it's like a trust exercise. It's I have the faith that the drawings on their own work in their own right, but when you put them on top of each other, they start to form new meanings, new complex imagery, and things that I don't have control over, which I like being able to let control.
Just like in your sketchbook.
Like in the sketchbook.
The ink bleeding through the pages.
Exactly.
And inspiring new illustrations on the following pages.
I love this. This is do you remember those things when you were a kid that the sun paper, the X-ray paper? It's like it comes in like a black bag, and you pull it out, and as soon as it's exposed to sun, it like transfers the image. So basically, these are just rocks from my backyard on the blue paper, and then you leave them in the sun for 5 minutes, and you take the rocks, and it creates these really nice, beautiful, organic like captures of
shadows.
Of shadows. Of actually, it's basically just where the light
doesn't hit.
Yeah. So it's actually really amazing with like flowers, for instance, because since they're just a little bit transparent, the light seeps through. And
do you have an example?
You know, you would think I would.
You just have the stones.
Just the stones, I know. Let's see here, this is fun. We've been into labeling stuff, so this is like we have a really great labeling system for when we mail things. So, yeah. I was into painting bottles for a while, like message in a bottle style. But then my wife was like, "You're just littering," so I stopped doing that.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, this is just some studio stuff. I don't know. This is just like I'm really, really, really into the light, like just watching the light all day.
Yeah. As it moves.
As it moves. Riveting, huh?
All right. Mike, why don't we start looking at some of the portfolios that were sent to us?
Okay.
The ones that were selected for you are the ones of Near1 and Lira. I don't know how to say that name. Shemka, I guess.
It's a beautiful name.
Anyway, Near1 is from Paris, France.
Hi, Paris, France, and Near1.
And he does all of these very complex hand letterings.
Yeah.
Is there like a specific project that that inspired you? Like, where you just clicked one?
I like this stuff.
Yeah.
I really think it's really beautiful. I just like that there's so much depth in it. You know, like it feels like a true jumble. Like it's almost like I'm sure there must be like a strategy. It's like the type is inside the bottle, inside the jar. Yeah, exactly.
It looks like it.
It really has some really nice depth and complexity.
There's a little explanation up here. I was asked to create 3 illustrations for the L'Atelier project by Nutella dedicated to their Facebook fan page. Okay.
Cool. I mean, looks great.
Yeah. One thing that I always tell people who submit their portfolio is the more information they can give us about the project, the better.
Yeah.
Because otherwise we have to start making guesses.
Yeah.
Right? And like we guessed, right? Like you guessed, oh, it must have been like this. But is it? What was the main goal of the project?
Yeah, and what's the final outcome? Like, is there? This looks like the final. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it. Where they were made, or.
Let's see what else we got here.
Yeah.
How do we go back?
Just click outside.
Okay. Cool. Let's check this one out.
Okay, the hell you got?
A real pen.
Yeah.
A real pencil. Look at that lead. What do you think that is? What do you think that is? What's your millimeter on that?
The millimeter?
I think that's going to be a 7 millimeter.
I think it's even finer than that.
You think so?
Yeah. But yeah, we'll never know.
Never know.
Is Near1 here in the chat?
Near1, are you here?
Yes, are you here? You can tell us.
I love that it's done by hand. That makes me so happy. With the glove on. Isn't it weird that we as people need to wear gloves to make things now?
Yeah, right.
Isn't it strange?
Yeah.
I have this antique and I wear.
Oh, this.
I'm not into the fancy one. I wear a cotton, framer glove. You know, like the cotton gloves, the art handling gloves.
All right. So not the one that Wacom sells on their website.
I can't get into
that. So basically, you made yourself a glove.
I'm just I'm not trying to say anything, but I'm like you shouldn't have to buy a glove to use the thing. I'm like, nah, I just use a cotton glove. But it's just funny. It's like there's all of these reasons. Like actually, I have a good friend, my good friend Jim Stoughton. He taught me this thing where he'll put a Post-it note. He'll stick a Post-it note to his hand, so while he's drawing to keep from smearing.
Yeah.
So there's I don't know. I mean, there's all about the tricks. It's all about finessing and learning how to actually get things made. But I like that glove. It's a very serious glove.
Yeah. We don't know if near one is here, but
Got some paint in there.
it's a long process.
Yeah. Thanks for spending so much time making that.
What is this? Let's have a look.
Let's do it.
Okay, if there is music, we can't hear it. Hello, Hikimori.
Post-it note is a bad idea. There's chalk in the paper. It will dull the glass surface over time. Oh yeah, not on the post-it note is not for the tablet. It's for actual paper. Yeah. Actual paper.
Paying attention.
I like it when you comment.
TT Trinka says a 0.3 maybe.
0.3. All right, good. We're getting into the details.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
It's definitely a soft lead though.
I love it when there's like, here's the glove. And it was really part of the,
A little stippling.
the patience. Yeah.
Cool.
Let's look at one,
Yeah, so let's check this one out.
this one, official artwork for Paris Saint-Germain versus Barcelona. That was a very famous game. I'm not into soccer, but I remember Michael Chaise. He was very, very upset by, first Paris won, like really trashed Barcelona.
What year
in
is
Paris.
this? 2017.
Yeah, it was last year.
Yeah.
No, actually this year.
It's coming up.
Okay, so the first match, like Paris, like completely destroyed
Yeah.
Barcelona, and then Paris went to Barcelona, and Barcelona killed it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think these drawings are pretty amazing. I won't lie. Like there's so much movement and like they're so dramatic, but they're so easy to read, which I think is really incredible. That's a very challenging thing to pull off. So, yeah, great job. There's so much dynamic.
Detail in it.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
No. Is it done by? Yeah. Cool.
And yeah, let's watch the Puma one as well.
We need more work. I want to see more.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure that maybe he's got stuff on some other website.
Sure.
But
Oh, that's funny.
oh, that's kind of cool
Yeah.
with the mix of what's happening here. This mic. Like the mix,
Yeah.
like drawings and yeah. So it's great work, but like I always say, when putting a portfolio on Behance, it's always very, very important to put the story behind it, because what you don't want is people guessing, and also like just putting the work out there. Sometimes it's not enough for like a potential customer or somebody who's going to buy your art to understand exactly who you are, what your thought process is, right? Because you need a little bit of background story.
I mean, it's funny because like I actually feel a little bit the opposite.
Okay.
Because I'm just not a reader. I'm just like I can't be bothered.
Okay.
I mean, I read things, but I don't know. I like the work to speak for itself. So I feel like if I look at something and the image is compelling, whether or not it was done for somebody or for personal reasons doesn't really matter to me. I mean, I don't spend a lot of time hiring people, so like it's a different
Yeah.
vortex. But I don't know. I just like make the work really strong, and I feel like it often speaks for itself.
Yep, and yeah, and here we get the scope of the work, and so apparently somebody said hello, Hikimori is a studio in Paris. Hugo Coutinho just told us.
Cool.
Okay. All right, let's move to the other one.
Let's check it out.
To Lera. Lera from Ukraine, Kiev. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Her head's in a dinosaur.
Yep, I like that.
That's always fun.
Oh, there's much more work here. So
Let's pick something.
just you pick something
Okay.
that like piques your interest.
Let's go with, this looks crazy. Cafe Cloud 96. Don't even know what's happening. Oh, it's
Oh, it's a
a
mural.
mural. Oh, cool.
See, that's the mural on the ceiling.
Yeah.
On
All right,
Now
all right, all right.
I learned something
yeah.
today. Yes. Wow.
Yeah, this is great. Oh, this is fun. I like how she Lyra,
Yeah.
incorporated the drawing into the presentation
Yeah.
of the work. It's really fascinating, and it gets us able to see a few more of the details of the piece.
Oh, I like the toilet signs.
You gotta love a banana, right? It's like the international comedy symbol.
And
Yeah.
thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Give it a big like.
Oh, let's do it. Boom.
Boom. All right.
Oh, I don't know how to.
Just click out of it. Okay, yeah, we're done.
All right.
Yeah, that's super cool. I also like how the little cloud here like turns then into the photograph.
Yeah.
It's a really nice way of presenting the work.
Yeah, and it's cool. Like it's funny being presented with the flat version first because it kind of, I mean, it feels a little bit like really abstract and a bit surreal. But then I think seeing it in the like here, all of a sudden you're like, oh, this drawing makes more sense now. It's got some. It's like the complexities of the space are being taken into the design of the image from the beginning. Love it.
Very
Great
cool.
job. Let's see what else we got here. Let's check out this pillow.
Sunrise yoga.
I like this. This is a good move. Cool. Yoga. I like that the yoga studio has its own pillow.
Yeah.
Who knew? There's some serious Beatles Yellow Submarine vibes going on in here. That's a quote from Hugo. That is true. How do you not be inspired by that?
Right.
And it's like literally change the world. What's going on here? A little
Had a trip
behind
to
the
the
scenes
mountains with my friends. And then transformed it into. Let's watch the video.
Oh, let's do it. Oh.
Cool. Very inspiring, Lera.
Yeah. I like how complex the environment is. Like, what a crazy, weird, like melty 3D rendering of a meteor hole. Yeah, cool. Oh, I like the cute little GIF without this stuff. Yeah. This is cool. I mean, I don't necessarily know if I need to see these images.
Oh, the background.
You know, like, I don't know. I wonder. I mean, it's like, I wonder if starting off with this or even starting off with like a GIF version of it to like get people in there.
Yeah, basically this is the picture that inspired her. Yeah. Cool.
Cool. Let's check out this thing. Non-stop. Little print design. Always good to exercise those muscles. Check out this Los Angeles. Oh, there's a sketchbook. Let's check this out.
Oh,
Here we go.
I love sketchbooks.
Definitely. I just love having like a moment to be able to sit and do a drawing like this. It's like meditation. It's like something that you have to carve out in your existence. Love this simplicity of the other characters. Yay for drawing.
Yeah, absolutely. For a few more projects, you click Los Angeles.
Let's do it. What do most people say when they talk about this? Should I get more like
like what?
Like, oh, this color green is like 10% wrong. Or
Oh, no, I thought Lara was here, but no. No, it's just what your personal thoughts are about the style. Maybe some things that you see are that maybe could be done better, but.
Well, I think it's interesting because you don't actually normally ever see the word Los Angeles broken up like this, which I think is fascinating. And maybe it's a language barrier, which is cool actually. Like something like, so all of a sudden this becomes a whole different message, a whole different word, and about a whole different place, which I think is really cool. Exactly.
And then I guess it has its sister publication, Las Vegas.
There it is.
Oh, you see this is 2014. You actually see a progression towards more complex stuff like.
Yeah, let's check out the first one.
2017 March.
Okay.
Stay true. Read books.
It's a complex mural. Well done.
Very cool, Lara. I think also like what's cool to see is like this progression that she's having, and
I really like the way she's uses like the space of the environment to find the imagery. It's like this hand underneath the hallway or the door break. I don't know, the entryway. It's really nice.
So we have a few more minutes. Mike, what do you talk about today at 99U?
I talked about.
You go back to your.
Oh, sure. I talked about showing. I talked about. What did I talk about? I talked about cursing a little bit. I showed some sexy images.
Okay.
What else did I show? What else? I mean, I don't even know. I just talked I talked about this project, which is called Get Nude, Get Drawn, which is basically this thing I've been doing for a bunch of years with artist friends, where we use social media to get strangers to come take their clothes off and pose naked for us. And then we have an exhibition. So, we talked about that. So these are some of the drawings that I've done from that process, where it's like all about just experimental, trying different mediums. This is the same person. This is the same person as this, and it's like this almost the same pose. But I'm gonna paint this one. I'm gonna draw this one with a pen. Just bounce it around. So we talked about that, which has been a really liberating kind of project for me.
So is this like something that you organize to find models, or to get into the experience for other people as well to do live drawing?
Well, it's always a curated group of people drawing, artists drawing. But it's really, actually the goal is for it to be an opportunity for people who are interested in posing, who've never done it before, to try it out. So you get I've actually had past art directors that have worked for me, that I've worked for, have been like, I want to pose. I went to art school. I remember doing figure drawing. What is it like on the other side? Or you get people that are. We had a really an adorable couple who did it as their second date together. They posed naked together as their second date. I mean, it's so many interesting stories. I mean, the stories you get from a person who's willing to put themselves out there, take their clothes off in front of a bunch of strangers, are always pretty fascinating.
It takes
Yeah.
Guts. Yeah.
So we talked a little bit about that. I've been exploring the human form for a while, so we talked about some. I talked about some of this stuff, which I'm really excited about. I did a column for Playboy last year, so I
love that book title.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. So this is actually the first piece I ever did for Playboy. It's barely legal piece. I like this part right here. It's like a wine glass next to. Yeah. I don't know. I hope this is age appropriate for everybody. I can't keep count. Yeah, we talked about a little bit about Broad City, which is the TV show that I do a bunch of work for. So I showed this piece actually, which I quite like because it's got some naughty things in there. But these are animations that I do myself, frame by frame, trying to figure it out. I did the first 2 seasons on paper because I didn't know what I was doing. So I would get my light table out, do the thing.
Oh wow!
Do the thing,
okay.
and then I got a tablet, and I was like, oh, this is why people use tablets. I don't need to scan 300 sheets
Layers
of paper.
in Photoshop.
Yeah.
And, I remember the time when there were no layers in Photoshop.
Oh man. No history.
No history.
No undo.
No layers,
and
no
one undo.
Yeah, maybe one. Yeah.
Hallelujah for that. But yeah, I mean, this project has been life-changing for me because it gave me an opportunity to learn animation, but it also, I also get to make I get to make the most complex things that I can come up with and just try to be as weird as possible.
Oh, here's some pencil ones.
Yeah, so this is how they start out as like little thumbnails that I just do on the light table, just to capture the kind of the mood, the essence. Yeah, I like.
Jessica says Broad City is amazing. I love the animations.
Thank you. Yeah, you get to get into doing these things where they creating that perfect infinite loop, where it just goes on forever and ever. I mean, I gotta say, loops are like one of the best things. It's like loops in music, loops in life, loops in drawing, loops in animation. Like, just to find that rhythm where you finally see where the loop hits, I feel like that's the fun part. When you get that moment where you're like, oh, I see this is where it starts, but you can't ever get it right because it's it's everywhere. Let me see. See if I have. I have this. I did a loop. I think. Let's see if it's on here. It's there, actually. Let's see if it's on here. Oh, I did this loop, but it's not on here.
Oh.
Anyways, it's a cool loop. Trust me. It loops really well.
Making loops. Okay.
Loops
so
and loops and loops and loops.
Loops. That's right.
Exactly.
Awesome. Mike, what can I say? Thank you so much for swinging by the Adobe Live stream.
My pleasure.
And yes, we're streaming live here from the 99U conference in New York City. We're streaming today and tomorrow. And at the top of the hour, we will be back with other great guests. And stay tuned because more to come.
Stay tuned.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Bye, everybody. Get some work done.